one vision, one Europe, united through geographical information. We constantly hear that our world is getting smaller, that Europe is coming closer together. Transport, travel, business, government, people, boundaries are less rigid, divisions less obvious. As we come closer together, making the right connections relies on us sharing reliable and timely geographical information. Take the example of a house purchase, the single biggest financial investment most of us will ever make. Up-to-date geographical information is crucial if citizens are to know what exactly they're buying, and boundary disputes are to be avoided. How local development plans, including proposals for new roads or new landfill sites, might affect their property. Which utility services are provided and where these are located. The potential for flood risk or proximity to contaminated land. The nearest schools and the demographic profile of their neighborhood. And much more information that helps create certainty in such an important investment. Investments which very often in today's world individuals and businesses are making in other countries. In some regions, in Spain for example, 15% of all property transactions are by foreign buyers. And without reliable, shared and commonly understood geographical information, things aren't clear. Clashes happen. The pieces don't fit. So we don't just need geographical information on a country-by-country basis. We need information that can be shared throughout Europe and globally. Information that's universally compatible or interoperable. Without it, the consequences are potentially disastrous. UN data shows a five-fold rise in the number of natural disasters between 1975 and 2005, with economic losses increasing from $10 billion a year to $152 billion during this period, to say nothing of the lives lost. Every day, we hear news of global warming and climate change, rising sea levels, and the increasing incidence of flooding. But how could interoperable geographical information protect us against this risk? Well, as the European Commission's Water Framework Directive explains, water does not stop at borders. The best way to manage water is through international cooperation. As an example, look at the river Danube. It flows through 10 different countries. Now, imagine there was a serious flood impacting on several countries. Without readily available, easily interpreted, universally understood geographical information, how could national governments and the European Parliament coordinate a response? How could emergency services be deployed quickly and effectively, and environmental teams put in place? Medical resources identified and delivered, power and communication networks re-established, people relocated, and diverse local, regional and national industries maintained, and preventative work for the future be carried out. Because if there isn't a unified way of gathering, storing and sharing geographical information, there isn't a simple and efficient way of putting it to work. But where will this information come from? Simple. Mapping, cadastral and land registry agencies across the continent working in partnership with other agencies and the private sector, building a body of geographical information that should become part of everything we do. So, when a new transport network, such as the €4 billion Trans-European Transport Network TEN-T is being planned and built, these agencies, together with other partners, can supply information allowing everyone to see the bigger, integrated picture, including the routes of the existing and planned transport infrastructure, environmentally sensitive areas that should be protected, residential housing and the location of businesses that may be affected by the new infrastructure, and the ownership, value and use of the land and buildings which will have to be purchased along the route. All this information is needed to create integrated transport networks that sustain economic growth whilst minimizing the impact on the environment and local residents. Meaning everybody, from the individual citizen of Europe to the large construction company, gets exactly the information they need when and where they need it. So now is the time to look at Europe and geographic information in a new way, a shared way, and give real thought to how we can create a future that's underpinned by fully integrated, high-quality, sustainably financed geographical information. In doing so, we'll have one vision, one Europe, united through geographical information.